you've got this one for a month. I often advise you don't even have to do it all in one go because we're here for 40 minutes. You can split it up and do it in little chunks. It does not need to be 40 minutes. I'd rather you did do that. It'd be much better. But as we're designed to do a 40-minute blog, just to tempt you over the month, shall we get started? Any extra things to let me know about that are any different? Okay, that's given me the go for getting started. Right, let me just check. I have a spot lit. I have now. And get you all on a bigger view. We're going to do a little warm up. So you start seated or standing, and we just get moving, just marching on the spot. And there's going to be a little bit of brain-body coordination stuff going on. Go at a pace that's going for you. I can already see someone like jogging on the spot. You all have to do your own thing here. Some of you will go slowly. Some of you will jog. Some of you will go, oh, Lordy, it's been a long day. All those things are allowed. If you want to be quite heavy in your footsteps, go for it. Because we need a little bit of impact going through. And I know impact is one of those things that hurts as well. But we sort of have to put a bit through to stress the bones a little bit because that helps with the boosting. And we are trying to boost them. Right, I'm trying to remember my very not hard choreography. Arms side to side. That's nice and easy. And then, could you get your arms into, it's like a sort of bicep curl, but it's not really going anywhere. It's just sort of like you're trying to tap a bit of your shoulder. Perfect, because there's going to be quite a lot of bicep curls. And then we're going to take the legs out, in, as you're doing your bicep curls.
Oh, it's that coordination thing again.
I know.
It's more like walk.
Sorry. Hello, Joe. Nice to see you.
Hello, sorry I'm late. I'd actually thought I had a whole hour before this started, and I did. I just actually didn't stop work, and then
oh gosh,
I was gone. So, yeah, hello.
Get yourself ready in your own time, Joe. Now, where are we going with this? Back with the feet forwards. So that, sorry, in line with each other. Right, this next one's going to be a little bit slower. Oh, little dip down and a heel dig. So a heel dig is when you lift your toes up and the other leg's a little bit bent. Just getting us warmed up for sort of squats and hip hingey type things in a moment. And then the last one with the arms. Little chicken wings. Oh, I'm sinking down lower for that one. Oh, you don't have to. Oh, but there's some excellent chickens in front of me.
Where's the birdie song?
We're going to be doing some arms out like that. Not yet, though. Keep them short. Hello, Caroline. I think you just crept in. And then stand up straight, make a big shape, have a little wriggle. And Caroline's just sending us some love. And then bring everything in so that your legs are parallel. Soften your knees if you're standing. Get on your sit bones if you're sitting, and just go into a few pelvic tilts here. Just slowing down for a moment. And then letting that go. Giving your shoulders a roll. Take your time. Take a breath. Lovely. And then we'll just do a little neck roll. So you might go side to side, you might go in a circle. And then come back to the center. We're going to take a split stance. That just means one leg forwards and one leg back, like you've taken a step. You're not on a tightrope though. It's not like this. There's a gap. You're not forwards and you're not backwards. You're sort of in between. So just have a little rock and get that in between place. And then we're going to do 10 bicep curls. No weights for this, but a little bit of a squeeze. So it's not as soft as it was before. So we've all got fists now. I'm counting, I promise. This is 4. Lovely. And I think this is 8. And then we're going to swap the legs over and do the same on the other side. So I'm going to do it quite fast. That's it. Lovely. We're about halfway through. Three more. And then let that go. Just have a little wiggle and a shake. And we're going to get one weight now. So whatever you're using for your weight, it doesn't have to be a weight. It's just your heavy thing. And I'd like you to just pass it hand to hand. There's a little bit of motion going with this. So there's a little bit of, I can't remember the word, momentum, that's the one. So you're just passing it hand to hand. Oh, Suzanne, if you've got one, I think a bit like, might be like a little, yeah. I find them just easier
They're
to
really
hold.
good, aren't they? I really like this one.
I can't do a dumbbell. So that's just introducing that to, oh, you all look very happy with that. Right, now we're going to get one for each hand. We're not going to juggle. Can't risk the feet doing that. And we're just going to hold them. So it's like you've got 2 bags of shopping. Very functional. The next bit's quite different though. So we're going to have our weight in one foot and take the other foot out to the side. So we're all a bit wonky. Grow a bit taller. And we're going to tap our foot up and down very, very slightly. So it's not very high. And we're going to do 8. This is 4. This is 8. And now keep your heavy shopping. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Imagine doing this in Tesco's. And then we're going to do the other side. So we're getting a lot for this. We're getting balance. We're getting hips. We're getting carrying the weight so the upper body's supporting. Get your stance first. That's it. And then there's just this little tiny lift. That's it. That's 5. That's 8. Oh, take it down. And then put your weights down for a moment, wherever you like. Just have a little wiggle and a shake. Now the next one is going to be a dumb waiter. So dumb waiter is when you have your elbows in and your hands out, and we're going to go like that. We're going to do it for 40 seconds. But we're going to do it with some sort of resistance. You don't have to, of course. You could just do dumb waiter without the resistance. So you've got a choice here. Now you could hold your weights. My weights are, these are 2 kilogram ones. So have a little go holding them out there like that. It's quite a lot. That's going to be quite a lot for 40 seconds. I'm not sure I'll be able to do 40 seconds. I might stop early. The other option instead of weights is to have a resistance band and pull one hand outwards and then the other hand outwards. But what I want you to be aware of here is wrists. I don't want that, for instance. Yeah, because that's the one we so easily do. So you're going to be looking at your wrists. I think I'm going to go for the band. I don't think I can cope with the weights. So this one's going to be on a timer. So I'm going to get the timer going. Everybody okay with this? We all good? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, let me get the timer up. And start. Here we go. So just, and it does not need to be far. Your body just stays where it is. And you're just either pulling your hand away or you're holding like heavy plates. It's taking me back to waitressing days doing the weights ones earlier. That's it. We are nearly halfway. If you really wanted and you have the band, you could pulse out like that. I don't want that. That's too much for me today. But it's there if you want it, and you could do the same with the weights. Fantastic. Everybody doing different sort of things. And we're down to the final 4 seconds. Let go. Now just give your shoulders a little bit of love because there's a little bit more going on. I think I put something else in before the next thing, actually. We can let go of the weights and the bands. We're going to do heel raises and drop options. So this is to put impact through. I'm going to show you different options and you choose what you want to do. So a heel raise is when you're giving that little push up. I'm going to have my arms out the side and I'm putting a drop in. So I drop down and I feel the jiggle. It's not my favourite. My head and neck don't like it. So I'm not going to do that one, but some of you do like it and it's really good for the body. So other options, heavy stance. So that's your other option. Or it could be, Vicky, you're there on these already. There's little hops from foot to foot. That's a bit more stable than doing a hop, hop, hop and a hop, hop, hop. If you feel like you want to do a little hop, you could do that. And if you feel like you'd rather do a jump, it's not like a big jump. It's just like a little jump. You barely leave the floor. It's more about the landing. So it's not like, you know, sort of fairy jumping. It's like, grr. It's a heavy jump. Right, I'm going to put the timer on for this. 40 seconds of stamps and drops. Mix it up, take breaks.
Carrie, can I ask a question quickly, as usual? I'm in bed, so doing bone strengthening. So I'm just whacking my legs into the bed. Is that kind of anywhere near it?
Yeah, yeah. So if I was doing this lying down, imagine this is my bed.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Brilliant.
And you can do it with your arms as well if you like it. My hands don't like it. But the wrists, the bones like it, if that makes sense.
Brilliant.
Okay, right, I'm going to start us off. So I'm going to start just with a few raises, and little drops, but I'm not doing very many. And then I can see hops. I'm going into my big stamps. Mean business. Oh, lovely. I see some of these going on. Perfect. Hope you're all feeling the jiggles. It's one of the few classes where you need to think about the support a bit more. We don't really do those sorts of classes normally. Oh, we're done. Oh, hurrah. So I don't know how many we did in there. Just take a moment.
No, I didn't.
But the recommended amount from the Royal Osteoporosis Society, about 40 or 50 a day, every day. But you have to build up to that. So if this is a new thing for you, you gradually go into that. You might do twice a week and you might do 10 each time. And then you might build up to 15 and 20. And some weeks you might not do any because you're having a rubbish week. It's all, you know, we just have to do it when we can. Right. Next one, we're going to go into a little squat warm up, a little hip hinge warm up. So different ways you can do this. You can put your hands in this crease here and send your bum back. And when you do that, your knees don't do any extra pointing forwards. I really like it when you do it against something so that your bum's got somewhere to go. So if you need to adjust yourself, don't worry about how well I can see you. I'd rather you could feel this yourself. Send your bum to a wall or a little something that's not going to move. If it's a chair, it's fixed and against something. So you can feel how low it is. And we're going to do 10 of these. If you're doing these seated, sit on your chair as if you're about to stand, take your feet back, and then we take our weight forwards and then let it sink back. So you're loading down into your thighs, but you're not actually leaving the chair. So I reckon we've got about 4 more to do. Lovely. And then come up, make a big shape. Give yourself a little wriggle, a bit of opened up. That's it.
Starfish.
And then let that go. And now we're going to hold a weight somewhere at the front and do those squats again. And I'm going to put a timer on and we're going to do it for 40 seconds. So you've got to think what works for you holding. I can see different things coming up. Right, lovely. Just hold whatever you want. Excellent. 40 seconds is coming up. Could you do them quite slowly? If you want to get more squat-like and let your knees go forwards, just let your eyes have a little watch of your knees so they're going over the mid of the toes. You can do this with a seat. Oh, that sofa's low. But you really want a seat that does not move, so don't do it in a chair that can slide away because you know what could happen. Well done, everybody, doing fantastic. I'm just coming in to check this time is coming. Oh, yes, it is. Right, now stand up, put your weight down somewhere, and then have a little celebration. Ooh. And a little stretch at the same time. Oh, that was so strong. Well done, everybody. Right, next one. The next one's a three-parter. We're going to have weights in each hand. We're going to do 8 each time. And it's going to last a while. So don't go for like your heaviest thing because it's going to be hard to keep it going. So think of things, one thing for each hand that you can put in there. And it could be something lighter, could be something heavier, but we're going to keep going. Right, I'm going to get these. So this is sort of going back to where we were when we warmed up and we had our split stance. So it's like we've taken a step. Let me just have a little check of what I'm doing here. Actually, we're only in one hand. So that's nice, one hand. We are going to have one leg forwards. Could you take your weight forwards? That's it. And now could you do a little bicep curl? That's it. You might be using your exhale as you bring it towards your shoulder. This is 6. Oh, I'm feeling number 8. That's number 8. Right. The next, keep your leg here. Keep this down for a second. The next thing we're going to do is lift this foot off the floor. It could be like this. It could just be that your toes on the floor, but it's not like firmly down. So it's a bit wobbly. If you're feeling a bit, oh, take that foot a little further out to the side because it'll just give you a little bit more balance, and just go on the very tip of your toe and do 8 more. If that leg can come off the floor, you can have it off the floor. So 8. I feel like we're doing these a bit faster. That's 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, right, last one. So for this one, bicep curl, hamstring curl. Now, if that feels like too much, you can choose one and just do the bicep curl or just do the hamstring curl and put the weight down. That's it. Takes a while because you've got to do each bit. I think for the balance, it's safer to do one at a time rather than both at the same time. Oh, this is 5. Oh, goodness. I'm going to stop there. That's enough for me. 6. If you want any more, 7 and 8. And then let's put that down for a moment. Oh, that's the longest stretch we've ever done in Boost Your Bones. We've been doing Boost Your Bones 2 years. So I'm really sorry if it's your first one today. Because that was a lot all at once.
Kerry, are those quoits you're like lifting?
No, I got them from Aldi, and they're like octagons, and they all sit together. I've got 2 sets. So that's a 2 kilogram. I think it's 3 kilogram, and then there's a big 5 kilogram one under the ball.
I was hoping it was a cake or bread or something.
Oh gosh, I think part of me likes them because they do look a bit like that, like bagels. Are you ready for the other side? You can see why we only needed it on one arm. Yeah. And it's fine, of course, to be using things to the side to help you with balance. So we start with split stance. Right, split stance, other leg forwards. It's the same leg as the weight hand. Bring your weight forwards. Just have a little check on your back here. You might need to pull your belly and ribs back a little so that your bum doesn't stick out.
So I just realised I did opposite arm and leg. So shall I do opposite arm and leg for this one?
Yes, absolutely. We're going to go for 8. You might even like a hand on the back just to check that your back isn't doing anything extra. It's not changing shape. Some of you are already there. I think that's 4. And the last 2. Right, now we're going to go almost straight into the next one. So the weight's forwards. This time this back foot just gets a little bit lighter. So it could be off the floor. It could be just touching the floor. If you want a little bit more support, take it out to the side. We're going to do 8. Oh, some of you are already off. That's it. This is 5 for me, but you may already be further ahead. Ooh. Last bit now. Oh, I don't know how many of these are going to be. I'm going to try for 6. This is the one where we alternate between this little hamstring curl and then the bicep curl. I'm counting that as 1, by the way, already. And if you can't manage the hamstring curl, you can keep going just on the bicep curl. If you don't want the bicep curl, you could go on the hamstring curl. And even if you're just lifting that foot just a little bit off the floor and challenging your balance, I don't know what I'm on. I think that's 5. Oh, this is my last one. If you want 2 more, you could do 2 more. Now we're going to put the weight down. We're going to make ourselves a bit wider and just stretch everything out again. Give your bum a little wiggle side to side. And then put your hands on your hips and do a big hip circle. And the other way. Oh, well, I've got another one. 4-finger band. I don't know if I can do this. Let's see. Let's see. I don't know what I was thinking when I wrote this plan. Oh. So my idea with this one was to do arm abduction. And I'll be honest with you, I find arm abduction really, really hard. So I'm going to be small on this. Long band under your foot, wide shape, and we're going to lean to one side. So we're in this star shape. And then you're going to move your arm. Now that is all I'm going to do on mine. I'm hardly putting it. You can put more tension in if you want and take that one higher, but my shoulders are a little bit sore at the moment. We're going to do 8. As you're doing this, you're pulling the band upwards and your arm isn't straight. It's in a soft shape. Are we all good for that? I'm just checking everyone's ready. If you've already started, you go to count for yourself and do 8. That's it.
Is that hitting the bingo wings?
I hope so. Not directly, because then we normally have to sort of go that way to get this one, but somewhat. It's more sort of general around the deltoids and the shoulder strength.
Thank you.
Now we're going to hold this outwards and we're going to try and just lift this leg a little bit, 8 times. Tiny. It's more about balance than anything else. That's 5. And that's 8. Oh, and then give it a little bit of a shimmy and a bit of a wriggle. Oh, this is the last bit of the standing section. We're going to repeat on the other side. So set yourself up, nice wide stance, 1 foot on the band coming up through your thumb and finger, hold it out to the side, and then we're going to lean this way. So we're already not firm on this other foot. This is the foot that's firm. This is when we're just going to pull it up and down. Oh, now this side is my worst side. So they're going to be little. That's 2, 3, 4. Got 4 more. And this is your last one. Oh. Then we've just got the leg. So you can hold this out. You don't actually need tension at this point. You can have tension if you want to hold it, but you don't have to. I'm going to have slack here. Then it's more about balance. So the weight's in this leg. Just doing the tiniest little lift. You could even have your hand against something here, against a wall. That's it. This is 4. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. And come down. Oh, oh.
Do you want to go out, Mika?
And then we're going down on the floor. So if you're not comfortable on the floor, you could take this to a seated position, but it's going to be lifting up in a mini bridge. And it's difficult to get that in a seated position. So the other way you could do it is by being on a chair with your hands here like this.
Do we need the weights for any of this?
You might need the weights going across your belly, or you could use the resistance band.
Okay.
If you've got the sort of weights that are going to roll off, like dumbbells, for instance, it's probably better with a resistance band. But let's have a little bit of recovery time first. After that first half.
I'm going to give it a try on the sofa.
Okie dokie.
I'm not going to get to the floor, but I'll see if I can lie down on the sofa and do it.
You won't need much room because it's all going to be forwards and backwards and up and down.
What else do you?
Have your weights either side of you. If you fancy using a resistance band, the first place that you might need it is going to be over the top of yourself, and then we might do something where it goes underneath you. But so have it to the side at the moment. But we're going to start with some pelvic tilts and a little bit of spinal articulation and just sort of warming through the spine. So you can have something underneath your head, but not anything very big. So just get yourself settled first. Have a little sway side to side. Check that your head's comfortable. And you naturally want your gaze to be straight to the ceiling. So you might need something under your head just to help you get that. If it feels like you're looking almost at your thighs, that suggests the thing under your head's too big. And if it feels like you're looking almost behind you, that suggests that you do need something underneath that. And then we're going to settle and just start some pelvic tilts, just rocking on the back of our pelvis. Pubic bone tipping towards your low ribs, your low back sinking down. Your breath slowing down. And your exhale and your belly muscles helping create that tilting movement. And this is when we're going to go into a low bridge. This is when the dogs and cats are like, "Are you lying down? Can I come and sit with you?" Oh, and checking you're okay as well.
Oh.
Now we're going to push into our feet as we do that pelvic tilt. You might already have some resistance with a dog on top of you or a cat on top of you. And lifting your pelvis up. We're not doing this with anything extra yet. Just get that movement going first. So just a little bridge up and down, getting that spinal articulation. And just checking there's no extra pressure going to your head and neck. Lovely. Now you could stay like this, or you can introduce some resistance. So if you're taking a band, you could take a band right across where your legs join onto your body and hold it downwards. So you've got that option. You could even double the band over if you want more resistance, if it's comfortable for your hands to hold, or you can put a weight on your belly. But it's a weight that's going to be stable rather than something that will roll off. And instead of articulating, could you just raise up and then lower down, a bit like you're lifting a bag off the floor, but it's your bum and your hips that you're lifting up, and then take it straight down to the floor. So it's a glute bridge rather than an articulatory bridge. And I haven't set a number of reps for these, but we'll just do 3 more. And then take your weight off, take your band off, pop it to the side. And then open your arms out and just let your legs have a gentle sway. We're not trying to get them to the floor. We're just trying to give the back of our pelvis a bit of massage and sort of give our body a bit of love and reassurance. We're going to do one more thing now, which is a resistance-based thing. And then we'll do something nice and we'll finish. And we can all get over this class. So if you're using a resistance band, could you put it behind you? So it's going behind your back and coming out either side of your armpits. If you'd rather use weights, they're going to be in your hands so that the backs of your arms are on the floor and your weights are sitting sort of ready to go upwards. Because what we're going to do is a press upwards and then a lower down, and we're using the floor for a bit of extra proprioception. So I'm just going to get the band to show the band. So if you've got the band, it's coming through your thumb and first finger, and the fists are pushing straight upwards and your back is resisting. That's it. We're going to do 8 like these, and then your arms coming close to the side, and then you push up again. If you're doing the weights, exactly the same. And as you lower down, the backs of your arms come down by your sides and onto the mat. So we've got something to feel. That's it. Now I'm going really slow on these ones. I love that. Yeah, I can see lots of slowness. Very nice. So this is 4 for me, but you can count your own reps. That's it. Keep them really steady. Last 1 or 2 if you're still going. You've still got 2 more to count. And then carefully, especially with the weights, carefully lower them down 1 at a time. And just be mindful of where you've put things, because we will get up in a moment. We don't want to be rolling into weights and things. Could you rotate your wrists and let your fingers just be nice and soft? Could you touch fingertip towards thumb on each finger? And then repeat that again. Could you roll onto your side and bring yourself up to a seated position? didn't have time for the sock and the, the towel, but I'll explain that at the end. But let's just do a little stretch out for the arms. So let's bring the arm across. It's like you're cuddling your arm here, this arm bit straight, and then give your fingers a wiggle. You might like a little sort of rock, or just, yeah, just something gentle. That's it. And you also might like a little bit of a stroke as you do it. And then this same arm, we're going to tap the same shoulder and use the other arm. I'm giving it like a little round of applause. I think it deserves it. Just to take it further back. We'll give those bingo wings, or whatever you call these bits, a bit of a stroke, a bit of a pat and a bit of appreciation. They get a bad press, but oh my God, we need them. And then let that side just have a little circle and a stir. It has worked hard today. And then we're going to repeat on the other side. So take the arm across, give it a little stroke. You can do a little rock, a little rub. And then we're going to start tapping and taking it upwards. Giving it a little clap. Keeping yourself really tall in the spine. Very nice. And then let's circle out. Could you give yourself almost like a hug? It's a bit like you're going to take your jumper off and then lift everything up and take whatever it is off. And then cross the arms over and the other side. And this next one's different. Take your palms out to the side, scoop up the air, bring your hands in front of you, bring them into your chest. Give yourself a very big thank you and appreciation for the strength and the positivity you brought to class today.